So
Frank,
sometimes.
you can take this one. You ever perform for free for your family? You ever perform for your family, period?
No, I haven't.
No family reunions, nothing
No,
like
nothing
that?
like that. No, but there's only 3 of us, so.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I tell you. Wow.
Count the dog and the cat too.
Those are the 3.
No,
Those are the
three
3.
of 'em. Yeah.
That's counting. That's
included.
counting a half sister. Okay. So it's really 2.5. But
Ty, ever perform for your family?
You know, I will crack jokes at the family functions, but I will not do any performed material at those things because that just feels weird. I will say, though, however, one of my earliest paid gigs, a close family friend hired me for his dad's birthday.
Nice.
And I did 3 minutes, and I got like $90.
Yeah.
Hey, how about that?
I was
That
like, I wish
that was
every 3 minutes I made $90.
flipping great.
Yeah.
I did a show one time. They canceled it. I got $1,000. It didn't even do the show.
All right.
Me and Spanky Hayes, never forget it. Oh my God,
That was the best show we ever did.
that
was
best show ever.
Right?
I tell you. AC, you ever perform in front of your family?
Nope, it's the same with Ty. Like, if we're at, like, Christmas, like, oh, you're a comedian, tell us a new joke. I'm like, oh, I'll give you a little, here's what I'm thinking. But, yeah, I don't perform in front of them because I feel like, almost like with black families, right, or black crowds, like, they're the hardest to make laugh. Because, because it's the same thing when someone's like, tell me a joke.
Turn around looking at me.
You're the only, because I don't
You're
look
his
at
black
Steven,
family remember in his
I've,
mind.
I've been looking at Steven all day. Here, I'll look at our producer. Listen, it's hard when your family wants you to tell jokes.
You know, I was a house Negro. I was in the house, warm bed, and Kool-Aid and cake before dinner.
That sounds delicious.
You guys didn't never even know what Kool-Aid was.
Right.
That's why they
my
would
God.
tell, the other slaves would tell, here's a piece of Kool-Aid and some cake. They would tell on the other slaves, the Kool-Aid and cake,
Hey,
you couldn't resist
That's
it.
2 Ks. Don't say a third.
Kool-Aid and cake, yeah.
The Kool-Aid Cake Club.
Kool-Aid Cake Club. I've done a wedding for my cousin, and I've done a family reunion when we had like everybody here, well, in Dayton, and all the people from everywhere was here. So I tell you what I did. I was in, me and my man Shorty Rock. Shout out to Shorty Rock, because he rode with me. I was in Buffalo, New York on a Thursday. They had the family reunion on a Friday. So I drove back from Buffalo, but I had to be in Canada that next day.
Ooh.
So that's why I was in Buffalo, New York, because I was going to Toronto, Canada the very next day. So I came all the way back to Dayton, Ohio to do my family's family reunion, to do comedy for them, and then drove back to Toronto, Canada the
It's like
next
12
day.
hours, though. I've been
The
there. It's like
next
12-hour
day.
drive. It's terrible.
You're a true
So,
comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A
I
true
love my
comedian.
Road
family.
warrior,
I,
road
I
warrior.
hope they appreciated it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a lot of driving.
My family showed out when I went. I've done a few shows in my hometown of Lima, and they've shown up in great support there. But they paid, so
Yeah.
you pay, you get the act.
At least they paid. I
Yeah.
mean, you know.
Yeah, they're good.
least they paid.
They were cool, man. It was cool to see.
Frank, you can take this one. How has stand-up changed your life, or has it any?
Oh wow, that has a good bit, because I came into this doing a pretty dark side in my life, and some of the people, I think Ty knows what I was going through and stuff, and comedy sort of brought me out of a deep depression, and it gave me another route to look at.
Yeah,
you know,
no
it
doubt.
gave me another leaf on my life. So
Lease on life. Yeah, that's real good. That's real good.
So, yeah.
Ty, same question. How has comedy changed your life?
It's probably the best decision I've ever made. I'm not very good at everything else I do in my life. I got fired from my day job last year for being just negligent. So, like, it's really good that I discovered stand-up comedy.
Sitting there just working too slow. Huh?
Yeah.
You're doing the shit, but it was
Taking
just
naps,
too slow.
sleeping on the clock because I was out at an open mic the night before arguing which season of Boy Meets World is better, you know.
Right.
But, you know, it's the greatest thing that I've ever discovered for me personally. I've met great people through it. I've had
yeah.
great experiences. And before I discovered it, man, it was like I went the first and only year, like, I went from college to, like, 1 year in the professional world, and then I was like, I got to do something because I'm just sitting around not doing shit. I failed at a Ponzi scheme. So, yeah.
How do you fail a triangle scheme? How do you do that?
I failed at a Ponzi. I thought it was the food triangle.
Pyramid?
The food pyramid.
Yeah, how do you fail at the pyramid scheme?
I tried to sell everybody on all oil and sugar.
You had it reversed. Oh, okay.
Hear me out. If you eat one cupcake every day and that's it, you'll lose weight. Follow me for fitness tips.
Sister Lou, same question. How's comedy changed your life?
It has definitely given me an outlet. Like, I was already a public speaker and stuff, and I enjoyed, talking on stage, but I never cussed. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember. Yeah.
But I would live vicariously through you. You would get up there, and you would say all this shit I'd be wanting to say.
Right.
And then after my dear cousin Crystal passed away, she wanted us to sign up for the class at the Funny Bone. I don't know if y'all remember they used to have a class at the Funny Bone. And she passed away right before the class started, so I took her slot in the class.
Oh, wow, how about that?
And that's how it started from there. I was with
how
Jeff
about
Gage.
that, sis? No doubt. Good shit. Good shit. AC.
Good, man. I mean, I think, I grew up with comedy. Like, my dad showed me George Carlin at 8. So I learned the 7 words you can't say at 8 years old,
Yeah.
But, like, I think it was just one of those things. I was around it. And when I decided to do it, it gave me that, like, I'm an extrovert. If you can just tell the way I'm talking and stuff. So, like, it gives me an outlet to
Most
be
of us
me.
are.
Yeah. But I think, honestly, it just kind of gave me something to do. But there's one negative thing that it has changed is that I don't know when life isn't a bit. Like, I'm gonna say I got in a car accident.
Like, everything's a bit. Hey,
right.
Look,
Like
I got jokes about funerals.
Well, like, I got in a car accident recently that was my fault, and my parents are mad about it, as they should be. But, like, I'll be at the house with them, and I'll bring it up.
Right.
And start, they're like, stop joking about that. Like, you could have died. And I'm like, yeah, but I can make a joke about it. They're like, not everything's a bit. And I'm like, but the way my brain works is
it makes light of everything.
Right. I'm like, we don't want to talk about what happened. I was dumb. We don't want to talk about it, but we can talk about it. And I'm gonna make us talk about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I think that's one negative thing, though.
That's
is
good
that
shit.
I can't just let stuff rest. I gotta keep
right. You don't want to bury
It's so
it.
funny in everything.
Right.
Everything. Usually, the more painful it is, the funnier.
The
Oh my
funnier
gosh,
it is.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Why you think all the funniest comics come from Chicago? I mean, it's so fucking retarded in Chicago.
Yeah.
They have a lot to draw from. They do, man. I have a lot of my friends. Shout out to all my friends in Chicago, but damn it.
The Cubs alone.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And the Bears right after that.
Yeah.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Oh, man.
Ty, when you get to a new city, what's the first thing you do?
Ooh, when I get to a new city, what is the first thing I do?
Yeah.
Hit a gas station and make sure I can get the biggest bottle of water they got, because I've been to gigs before where they have nothing to drink.
Oh, yeah, that's good advice.
And I like to take a little bit of the thought. I like to burn a little thought leaf, before the show.
Right. I'm
And
with you there.
If I don't have a bottle of Fiji near me, I start
Man.
freaking out, dude. I might start biting people. We don't know. So I got to find the nearest Circle K and get where I need to be. Maybe
Frank,
get a coffee while I'm there.
Frank, what's the first thing you do when you get to a city? You got a show that night. First thing you do.
Oh, jeez. Unfortunately, I haven't really experienced that much.
It's coming. It's coming, man. What would you think?
I think I'd go hunt for a strip club. I mean,
Really? So you can relax?
Relax a little bit, Yeah.
He's getting there early.
Get the blood flowing to the right brain, that sort of stuff.
They'll be asking, Frank, how do you stand on prostitution? I don't stand on it. I lay on it. Man, the first time I heard Rudy Ray Moore, Dolomite say that, man, God damn, that just killed me. Sister Lou, first thing you do when you get to a new city?
I go to the venue. I go check out the venue. Is it, what's the parking like? Is there food across the street? What time do they close? I want to know, because usually.
Oh yeah, the surrounding, everything's going on around there. You need to know that. Yeah.
And oftentimes I'm traveling by myself, so I need to know what it's gonna be like when it's dark and whatever, and then map my way back to the hotel.
Right. No doubt about it.
But it's always gonna involve food, so I'll be like,
right.
Okay,
Where's the closest?
You know what I'm saying?
To get something to eat.
Fish.
Right.
Who got the good wings?
Yeah.
One thing about our trip, we did eat good.
Hunting.
Oh,
okay.
man.
First thing I would do when I get to a new city is buy a newspaper, because if something jumps out at me, about what's going on in their
Oh,
city,
no, that's-
They
I'm
get really,
gonna bring it
they
up.
get really impressed when you do
believe
that.
it,
When you
believe
know
it. They're
something
like
about their town.
he's concerned because they don't know you grabbed a newspaper. They just think you're following their city.
Right,
Like he's that fucking smart that he just knows about everything.
He knew he was gonna be here, and then
no doubt. He took
He's
the
picking
time.
up stuff. How he know about
Yeah,
it?
how you know about this? And you'll get some good feedback. AC, what's your first thing you do?
Mine's the same thing with the venue. Like if it's too far, I'll go to the hotel first, get my bags checked in and stuff. But then other than that, I want to go to the venue, like you said, and scope it out and just see what's around.
Right.
I'm
See that stage.
I'm a skinny white dude,
so
so
you can tell what kind of jokes you can do
Yes,
and can't
100%.
do when you see the stage.
I'm also
You
on,
can't if you wait till you get there, then
I'm also on WPT. I gotta be there like 2 hours early. Just
White
so I can
people
make sure-
time?
Yeah. Ask your producer. I was here feeling
no
like 20
doubt.
minutes for
I'm
everybody.
PT too. I don't fuck around when I'm traveling.
I was here at 5:40.
See
You
what I'm
here at
saying?
6:45. We
No,
started
but
here
that's
at
in
I
town.
don't.
yeah.
That's in the
that's
same
in
town.
town.
It's
That's
a
in town.
venue. I have a window of time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm absolutely prompt. I try to
Yeah.
be prompt all the time. I mean, it's part of being a professional.
Right.
100%.
You
I
gotta
don't want
get
people
there.
to have to look for me.
No,
No,
not at
no,
all.
I see how it goes when you're on time, when you're early or whatever. You see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're like, he's always late. This is the last time I'm going. And I just be like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Especially when you
You
have
know
meetings.
why I show up early too?
Mm,
So me and the promoter could talk, and he could pay me right now.
There you go.
Ask-
There you
that's
go.
it. And
Before the show.
I'm here.
You have
I'm not going
meetings?
anywhere. You can. Hey, come on with it. Let's
Yes.
do the math.
While we're at it.
While we're at it, let's do the math.
And also, you have to have meetings for the show. Hey, here's if you guys don't remember, here's who's going first, second, third. You gotta pay.
Exactly.
But also, if it's a crowd like a club or a bar and stuff, people need to get there early so you can talk to the people there to make sure they're engaged, they're
Oh,
interested.
yeah.
Maybe people
Oh,
who,
yeah.
who are gonna leave, like, hey, dude, in 10 minutes we're gonna do a show. It's like for free, real or whatever, you know. And
Yeah,
just try to get
yeah.
people to stay.
No doubt.
If you coming
No
in,
doubt.
if show's at 8 and you walk in at 7:50, dude, come on. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta,
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've walked in plenty of times, like you was talking about the stage, Stephen.
Yeah.
It ain't even a stage.
Right.
You're just in the corner.
Yeah, just in the corner.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
this don't look nothing like the picture.
Yep. Oh,
Catfish
yeah.
me.
Do you guys think uglier women comics have it easier or
Look at
harder
me, AC. Stop looking.
than
You know what?
better looking comedians? Ty, you want to take that?
Yeah, Ty.
Ty, you think that the homier looking girls have it easier than these pretty starlets out here trying to do stand up?
I've heard some people tell me that would maybe qualify themselves as a
Yeah.
homier looking girl. Is
Uh-huh.
that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think as we were talking earlier about women promoters, I think all women have an issue in comedy. I just think that it's probably different for those reasons. Like maybe there is something to the attractive woman, if you will, getting booked easier. But then like she has to wonder, why am I getting booked?
Right.
Is it because I wear a great dress, or is it because they really like that bit about how I rescued my dog, or did it rescue me?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
and then for the homier looking women, I can't believe that's a term. That's hilarious.
Say it with your chest.
That caught me off. That caught me off guard.
That's in the dictionary.
wanna
It's in the
say it.
dictionary.
Yeah, that's why
It's in
Yeah.
the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
It's
it
in the
is.
Over.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Oh,
It is,
Ty.
but
Don't sweat.
but they have to wonder then. Are they just not booking me because they don't think I'm attractive? You know, if they have a good set, maybe at an open mic, and they're like, "This is the 4th time in a row I've killed in front of this person who books the monthly."
Well,
here."
I've heard pretty girls say that guys in the audience feel threatened because they don't want to laugh
Yeah.
because they're pretty and their
Very
girlfriend
true.
is there. And
Yep.
I've heard that a lot
Oh,
Yeah.
through the years. I've
Yeah.
heard that.
That's
Like
another real
so
problem.
much.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a whole thing too. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Well, you know, I ain't trying to pick up nobody's man. I'm just telling some jokes.
You're right. Right.
Yeah.
But they looking at you wide eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, well, wait a minute. You know, it ain't got nothing to do with that. But sometimes, things that, like you said, you tapping in, you talking from your experiences. They've experienced the same thing, and then he's doubled over laughing, and she like, hold up, she talking about me, like, you know. So
Yeah.
that can be a thing. Usually, you know, with some communication, it could be cleared up. But shit, if it's rolling, I'm gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, oh baby, you better get your man, girl. He done fell out the chair. You know, I'm gonna make it part of the show so that it doesn't seem like
Right.
a personal thing.
Right,
But it
right.
does happen. It
Yeah.
does happen. Where I've seen women like if he was gonna go say hi and they pull his jacket like.
Yeah, like no, you're
Thanks
not
for
saying
coming.
hi.
Yeah, I just like okay.
You're
thanks
not
for
hugging
coming.
on her or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't.
Can I get
you
a
don't need
picture?
business card. Now, if I come to a
Oh,
table and I'm handing out business cards, I always give it to the ladies first.
My wife,
I'm not
my wife
putting
would
no-
hate me saying this, but she used to get so jealous. I mean, you know, women want to come and hug on you after the show and everything. And
Yeah.
my wife used to. She's fine now, but when we first got, she would be steaming. Like, why are they rubbing on your back? And why are they, you know, just she would just.
It's the
Take a picture
aphrodisiac
with
that
everybody.
Lou was
She would be
saying.
steaming.
Yeah, you gotta take a picture.
You
with
gotta take a
all of
picture with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're fans. I mean, this is why we're eating like this.
them. Yeah.
You may be eating. I'm eating ramen, man. Like this is.
That's why we're eating like this. I tell everybody, I tell my sister all the time, I say, people may not know who I am, and I may not, you know, may not be at anybody's echelon or top echelon of comedy, but you should
Yeah.
see my house.
Yeah.
I've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't done bad. But Corey, I still want the money. I'll be calling.
My
I don't know,
Venmo is
next week or something like that. You know, I need it, bro. I need it.
It's coming too.
If everyone, I'll let you take this one, Frank. If everyone in the crowd is laughing, except for someone right in the front in front of you, do you acknowledge that person or do you ignore them and just go on with your set?
I ignore them. I'm going with the ones that laugh. I'm sorry. I can't please everyone. I ain't going to worry about that one.
Right, right. You're not going to acknowledge them at all?
No, probably not.
Sister Lou, what about you? You going to acknowledge the one
There
person?
was a time I would acknowledge them, but people done climbed up on the stage a few times now. So when the motherfucker is looking odd, I act like you invisible.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't even because
Yeah.
you're probably waiting on me to say something so you can jump or do.
So you can have a worse day than
Okay,
you're having.
Right, and I just don't trust it like that no more. I
And
used
some of them
to.
want you to have a bad day.
Right.
You know, they know you're
Just like
not
she
because
funny.
you're killing everybody else, but they
Yeah.
just
They got a
looking
look on
at you
their face.
retarded.
This bitch thinks she funny. I sure do.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry you don't. I'm sorry for you.
AC, same question.
In my head, I'll think about it later. Like, okay, I had 99 people laughing. Why
And
wasn't
why
there one?
weren't they? Yeah.
But like Frank said, if the whole room is having a good time, I need to put the pride aside and just
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
okay, dude, the joke didn't bomb. It literally did great.
right,
You're just
exactly.
focusing on Ty in the front row. You know, like, yeah. So in my mind, I will, it's because I want to be perfection. I want to make everyone laugh.
No doubt.
But in reality, man, who cares?
Ty, you acknowledging them?
If the night's going well enough and I feel like I can take a shot, yeah. I pointed them out, and sometimes it works, and sometimes they just stay silent and everybody else laughs harder.
Right.
But for the most part, I kind of tend to agree. Like, I don't want to make anybody feel like they're on the outlier. I don't want to point anybody out. I want us all to have fun when you show up. But yeah, no, if the night's going really well, I'm like, and I feel like I've been hitting the crowd, like, you know, like you said about getting newspaper.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can connect with the crowd and you're connecting and you know it, then yeah, I might take a shot there and point
Right.
it out. Not in a malicious way, but I'll
right,
definitely
right,
address it.
right, right.
Yeah.
Not to tear them down, but to build them up at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Like, come on, dude, have
Yeah.
fun. You're not at work.
It's just good crowd work.
You're away from
I
your
will
kids.
say this, though. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but those are the people that come to you after the show and talk about how great of a
Yes.
The ones that
yeah.
ignored you the most.
You
Yeah.
be like, bitch, I saw you. Really
You wasn't listening at all, bitch.
Can you
And
just
they're
smile
like-
at least?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I
Smile
love
there?
that. We need your number. I'm like,
You was
wow.
talking all loud and everything. They're going to say you how funny I was after I get done.
After I get done.
Oh, I've had that so many times.
I didn't mean to
That
heckle you.
irks
I
the
was just
shit out
talking
of me.
It's
That
like,
irks
oh.
me.
Right, I didn't
to
mean
no
it.
end.
Yeah, it's like,
oh my
it's like,
God.
why were you talking during the show? It's like, oh, I was having such a good time. Then shut up. Like, if you're having a good time, don't tell your friend. They hear the same joke. Like, you
Right.
know, yeah.
Ty, you ever got into it with another comic? And why? What was the reason? If so?
No, I don't think I've ever, I've definitely never gotten physical with another comedian. I've argued with other comedians, but it's never really,
What was it about? Why?
usually trivial. Just like things outside of comedy, very specific instances, this one comedian just outright, poured a shot of whiskey into another comedian's beer.
Oh,
Wow.
And was like, oh, you're going to drink them both anyway. Why can't I just combine it?
Oh.
And so that caused a stir. I had another.
Just gonna make him a Boilermaker.
Yeah. So we ended up talking that comedian into getting the other comedian, and a new set of drinks. But it's never been that serious for me because I just always try to remember. Like, I don't know. My vibe is like, this is comedy. We're supposed to be fucking silly here. What are we doing being angry and mad?
Exactly.
You know, we're going to say some wild
and we're
shit.
a fraternity. We should look at one another as, you know what I mean?
Like, let's have some fun here. Like, we're all doing this because we hate everything else about life.
Exactly.
Why are you going to come in here with bad energy and make this one thing that we all look at with such, like, reverence a bad time?
Good shit. AC, what do you think?
Just not arguments. Just when I'd like get to fire someone for something. I told you off show. I had a guy steal joke and I had to fire him, and so it got a little like
Heated a little bit.
Yeah, like, wait, I don't believe you, even though I show you the clip. But other than that, I just, like Ty said, it's just all fun. It's all fun, I might be like, hey man, next time you do that, or hey, don't go about it this way. But never arguments. Just little like, hey man, just watching out for you. Watch out. You did something wrong. But yeah.
Sister Lou, ever got into it with another comic, and why?
I'm just a different type of communicator.
I know. Bruce Lee, little sister, love Lee. Just love Lee over there.
I move way different, and I'm not new to this. You guys are like, Ty, how long have you known me?
Pretty much since you started. Definitely 2019.
Yeah, about 5 years or so. So everybody's probably known me about the same amount of time. But, y'all, I've been doing shows for 20 years, So I've seen how they act in front of everybody, how they act behind the scenes.
Right. It's totally different, huh?
Hunty. So,
totally
a couple of words can I put water on that fire, and we moving on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Frank, ever got into it with another comic?
Not with a comic, per se. I did just recently have it over text with a first timer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What happened? He came to my mic, then he went to Tony's mic over at the Crescent after the day after mine. And he was standing there in front of the sign-up list, but he didn't sign up. Then he approached me about when it was time to sign up. Well, the list was full. Then he got mad.
Yeah.
And then he started texting me about it. I was like, it's not my mic. It's not my
He didn't want to go first. He's going to wait. And so his
he wasn't
name
even
could
going
be
to get
down
on.
the
He wasn't
list.
even going. Yeah, I guess maybe that's why he was hoping. But I mean, he waited too long. It's a limit of 15 because they got karaoke.
List.
Yeah, right. We got karaoke right after the comedy, so it's a hard stop.
Right.
And well, am I supposed to be a mind reader? I'm supposed to know you didn't sign up, or you were sitting there next to the sign-up list?
Yeah.
I want to say something about.
Go ahead, jump in.
The sense of entitlement amongst a lot of the comedians that I have come across, and I would say some of the newer ones, where I think you have to put in some time, and I'm still paying dues.
Right. Yeah, go ahead. So, explain, elucidate a little bit.
But like doing shows, well, I feel like I should do this, or I'm funnier than them, or this, that, and the third. But they don't also take into account this is a business.
Right.
Are you rude to the staff when you get to?
Right.
Do you arrive on time? Are you spending all your time outside? You come inside, you smell like a puff of weed, and you talking to the general
and now
manager.
you're ready to.
Those things are going to deciding who gets booked and who's
professionalism again.
Yeah. And they think because they got their minutes on the IG, or they did a couple mics or something, they get these bunch of followers. It's like, okay, I can do this, and it's like, actually, no.
No, you can't.
Take your time with it. Because you get in and then your knees get folded because you didn't see it coming. But if you would have, just pay dues and listen a little bit, and I watch and listen, I'll still be watching and listening. And so I just think that some people think they can skip over that, and it's all of those obstacles there teach you, things along the way.
Yeah, you think the thing that kills me is people who just get in the game and they automatically the comedy cops.
Yes.
They know whose joke was who and who wrote every. No, you don't. It takes about 15 years to become a comedy detective. It really does. So you don't know whose joke is whose yet. You have no idea.
I wanted to ask you about something.
What? Go ahead.
What about jokes that don't have a real origin?
Well,
there's some jokes where you really can't remember where that came from. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but
I know there's stock jokes.
Okay.
That's what we call stock jokes. That's like Nipsey Russell jokes and Scatman Crothers jokes, and they've been dead so long. Everybody uses them, and but I never use stock jokes. I want people to know that I'm a writer. So, but I know guys who their whole set is a whole set of stock jokes, and they were headlining, and their whole set was stock. You know what I mean?
Scary.
From old people's stuff. I mean, just Rodney Dangerfield and just everybody, Lenny Bruce and they're Bernie Mac, and they're just so many people. They're everybody, you know. They were everybody that night. And
They
when
was
it came
doing
out,
everybody.
when they come off stage and say, "How did I do?" You did everybody.
Right. Like you didn't expect that Bombinicious to
Right.
come out.
Right. Exactly. You didn't expect that. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yeah. So they was asking me about that, and I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna ask Steve about that because I remember my dad used to tell all kind of jokes, and I probably would like to tell the jokes, but I really don't know where the fuck they came from.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And someone will come up to you afterward and say, "I like that Pig Meat Markham joke, or that Mom's Mabley joke,"
Right.
and we don't know. That's
my
why.
dad said her booty looked like it's two midgets fighting under a skirt. I don't know.
Right, with their head doing like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. How much time we got? Okay, we still good. Ty, take this. What are some affirmations you tell yourself after a bad show?
Oh, that it's part of the process. Those first few shows that you bomb early on in your career stick with you. Especially, you go through the phase of where you pretty much bomb at open mics, and then you start to get kind of good at it, and then you go into shows, and you're kind of good at shows because you have your type 5, but at some point in time, you're going to bomb a paid show.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the
At
low.
some point in time.
That's just a low feeling because you're like, I didn't earn this $50.
Yeah,
But, I've heard people say before, think of all the times that you crushed a room and you did it for free, or you paid $25 in gas to get to a show or an open mic out of town, and you did it. So it's kind of that like transitive money thing where maybe that can help you feel better. But I just, at this point in my career, I just know that even when it hurts,
Right.
it's part of the process, man.
Yeah.
And you'll learn from it because you always have.
Yeah, no
So
doubt.
just keep
Make you
learning from it.
stronger.
Yep.
Make you put the pen to the pad. Frank,
Yeah.
what's some affirmations that you tell yourself after a bad show?
That most of the other ones have done good. I mean, it sort of brings me to something. Remember a comic outside of a open mic saying something about how they have more bad mics than good mics, and I thought to myself, if I had more bad mics than good mics, I wouldn't be doing this.
Remember doing it.
Right.
But of course, I don't have as much yields as most of them have.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. But you don't see yourself as a glutton for punishment.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. So, so I know most of the time, but, and I know I have a bad time because when I do that first speech impairment joke and it doesn't get a laugh, I know, oh, shit, I got a long night.
Yeah. Now here it comes. Here goes.
Yeah, so they
There
ain't even
goes.
ready for it.
AC,
I just say like it's,
affirmations.
honestly, I just say it's gonna happen again, because like you can Steve, you've been in business for a long time, and
No
Lou,
doubt.
and everyone's like, Chappelle's gonna bomb. It's gonna happen. Like just because you're a low guy in the ring, or you bomb once every 3 months or whatever, like just know like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and
okay.
It will happen again, so
Yeah.
but just try to space them out if you can. Obviously
Yeah.
sometimes you can help it. But just kind of like with the guy in the audience who's not listening. It's like, hey man, it's just
Right.
it's one time. It's just a dude. Like just do it again.
It happens like once every 12 years for me. I don't know why. It takes a long
bragger.
time, but it happens, and I know it's coming, and I'll be prepared, and just something goes wrong.
right. Yeah.
Sister Lou, same question.
I asked myself, what did I learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
Most things
Good
are
stuff.
just something for you to learn from it.
Right.
And I'd be like, shit, usually it's the preparation. I didn't put enough time to really get in bed with the jokes or, whatever it was I was going to talk about. Sometimes you get busy and this before you know it. So usually it's something like that, and that makes it work for me. To say, okay, well, next time, let me make sure that I really got that part down. 'Cause
Right.
I didn't go to the mics and practice it.
Right.
I thought I had the shit, and I didn't.
And didn't.
And didn't.
Right. Didn't come out right at all.
At all.
Yeah.
Or shit, I done took too many shots.
Yeah.
I learned that, I don't really drink till after the show. That way I know I'm good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes the owner comes up and you're like, oh, okay, shit,
Right.
Mhm.
If I'm headlining, I won't start drinking till I'm on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know, by the time I'm got a nice buzz, it's time to say goodnight.
There you go. Perfect timing.
Yeah. And then you get your drinks free when you ask for them on stage.
Yeah.
Don't have to
Now,
pay.
you know what? I'm about to do Yes.
Don't have to pay. They
Brilliant.
like, you want something to drink? I'm like, no. As soon as I hit the stage, I'm going to ask for something to drink. Right? 5 minutes in, though. I got to get them laughing first.
Okay.
And then the manager's going to rush me a drink. Yeah, get him what he said. Get him what he said.
I'll take a vodka cranberry.
Yeah. 5-10 minutes in, I'm asking for something to drink. Oh, it works every time. Frank, do you think you could be an industry planet comic? Let me get my words together. Industry planet comic. You know, there's comics that they plant in the industry.
No, I was not really aware of that.
Yeah, there's industry planet comics where they'll put them in. They'll pretty much tell them what they can or cannot say, and they're pretty much handled. They don't have free reign like any other comic. You think that you can?
No, I don't.
Assume that position?
I'm too opinionated.
Yeah.
No way I could do that. No.
Ty, a planet comic in the industry.
Nah, I don't think I could do it. I just, at some point, I would just, whatever I'm saying, I would bend something along the lines.
It'll be some rule bends there, here, and there.
Yeah,
they get sick of you sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm gonna get sick of them, and then I'll do the thing that some people do, where they're like, well, instead of breaking up, I'll just act like a piece of shit until they break up with me.
Right.
Just tank my whole shit, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, it was like Dave was trying to get canceled. People don't realize Dave was trying to get. He was pushing the envelope so much. He was trying. They wouldn't do it. I mean, he was number one.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't do it, and eventually it was like, okay, you pushed the envelope enough.
Yeah.
We see what you want. So we're gonna give you your wish.
Yeah.
So Sister Lou, what do you think? Could you be an industry planet comic?
I'm gonna say yes.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, because somebody got to do it, and if I could do it, like I said, I want to have a whole comedy network. So if I got to do it, and all I got to do is keep my nose clean a little bit, but then I can
To
have
open
a
up some
whole-
doors
and
and
I can have a whole yeah. Shit. I through all the different jobs and shit that I've had, I've gotten pretty good at it because I grew up in the era before the cell phones.
yeah.
So I still have a whole lot of mystery.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about this shit. Ain't nobody around for it, no way. So the only thing going forward, I would have to still be careful. Right. I'm extra careful now, but shit, hell yeah, I do it. That way I can get AC his comedy special.
AC, could you be an industry?
I think Lou just admitted that all of her exes are dead.
Yeah, no doubt. All of them.
Nobody can tell the tale. No.
Could you be an industry planet comic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like there's such a bad bad energy.
Negative connotation.
Yeah, like, oh, that means you didn't earn it. You didn't do da-da-da-da. Like the way Kat was saying, like, no one's ever been to a Kevin Hart show and how he got Soul Plane and da-da-da. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it's
Yeah,
not.
it was pretty amazing. 1 year, he was,
Right, like, it's not.
It's pretty amazing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. We're talking about Nick Swartzen off air about how he went to his second open mic and got discovered. Like, is that technically a plant? Would that count as a plant? I would say I would do it, but I don't think if it doesn't have as bad of a negative connotation, if they understand it's like, no, they saw what was going on. I could do it.
Okay.
It's about what they do with
All right.
it.
Right, yeah.
Now, if you're doing it just to sit up on the hill and look down on everybody,
And
then
if they're
stupid.
actually like forcing you and like when Hollywood tries to push like that, I'm not saying this guy's a plant. I'm not saying he is or not, but like
Right.
when there's a new young actor, like Timothée Chalamet, who just done Willy Wonka and Dune, whatever. When I see an actor in like 6 movies a year, or whatever, and like let's just call it a plant. If it's say this, if let's say you're a plant and you're in 6 movies a year, and every TV show you're on a guest spot, and it's like, okay, yeah, now that's bad. Now I'm getting tired. But if you're just like, hey, you're a plant,
It's like oversaturation.
right? If you're forcing it down my throat, then I'm gonna be mad about it, But if it's like a normal thing, and man, Ty Moore's in that too. Oh, Ty's in that. Then yeah,
Right.
then that's cool. Like it happens to be Ty's in that. Then I
no
think that's
doubt.
fine.
Yeah.
That's a good point. What you do with it really matters.
Yeah. I'll take a little money. Sure.
I'm saying.
I will take a free light-skinned wife who don't do no interviews, and I will
Don't do no interviews.
I will do that.
Stays out of the way.
Yeah, got a nice mansion. I will,
Okay.
They're
gonna pay for me to have a flat belly.
I just
a
don't-
masseuse.
I just don't-
Can't spell ludicrous without AC, man.
Exactly. Listen, just don't take me to
Really.
no islands, okay? That's
No
all I do.
islands.
That's all I want to do.
I want my own boat if you
Yeah.
take me to an island.
Yes, listen. I'll go separate so I can leave when I'm ready.
Yeah,
Yes.
After the clarity.
Hey, where you going? I didn't like what I just saw. I'm out of here.
Give me a cigarette boat.
How does a good rowdy crowd's energy affect you, Sister Lou?
A good rowdy crowd.
A
I
good
love
rowdy crowd's energy.
I love it.
Good crowd though.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Usually they're ready to laugh. They're
Mm-hmm.
ready to have a good time. And it's a balancing act because you don't want them to go overboard.
Right.
You know.
Where they're just yelling out shit
Yeah,
or whatever.
but you got to keep their attention too.
Mhm.
So usually, if I see that the crowd is a little lively and stuff, I'm gonna go talk to them before the show. Well, y'all celebrating a birthday?
Yeah, what's going
is this
on?
a divorce party?
Yeah,
What are we doing? You know?
right.
And we're gonna talk about that shit.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Get some names. What's your name? The birthday girl or
Right.
whoever. Yeah, get the names. Yeah, so you can shout them out. You got them. You got them for the rest of the night. They're gonna be in.
Absolutely.
All you got to shout them out. Happy birthday, y'all! Give it up for Teresa, and you got them for the rest of the night.
The rest of the night.
They all in. They're gonna be all in. What do you think, Frank?
I think I agree with Sister Lou. Yeah, you feed off that, and you go with that. It's the rowdy crowd that's not into the comedy.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
issue.
But I would say this. I'd say that rowdy crowd. Don't ask them any questions.
No.
'Cause they won't know when to shut it off. So just remember that. Just remember that. Ty, what do you think? Rowdy
yeah.
crowd energy.
Yeah, if they're if it's the later show, 9 p.m. or later, they've probably had some alcohol.
No
I
doubt.
would definitely temper how often you go into your crowd work,
Yeah.
because like you
Yeah.
said, drunk people love being the center of attention.
They do. They do.
And that's probably what helps a lot of those shy comics in the beginning become
Yeah.
not shy comics.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Is
They'll
having a-
loosen up.
Having a few cocktails.
They'll loosen
you
up.
know?
AC, what do you think?
I think those are the crowds that I personally do my best
Enjoy
improv.
the most?
I do my best improv on those because
Yeah.
as comedians, we have like a form of a script that we're kind of keeping to for
No
the most
doubt.
part. That
For the
you're-
most part,
you're
yeah.
doing, and those are the best crowds to work on new tags on.
No doubt.
Or
Yes,
just
no
like,
doubt.
if
Because they're gonna allow it.
right, or if your joke ends here, and you have this new crowd and this crowd's going good, you might be able to extend that joke.
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like, can I make this joke
Yeah, it's
longer?
gonna be 2 or 3 things you're gonna think of.
Or if you have one tag, you could say all 6 tags you're thinking of, and they're gonna love every single
They're
one. of
gonna
them,
love
you know?
everyone, yeah.
So I like those crowds because then, like you start to the show, those are the ones that come up to you after the show and are like, "Oh my gosh, where are you next? That was the best." And then those where you get your not regulars, but your new followers, your new people
Right.
from, because they're like, "Man, I was just walking by the place and I heard you outside, and I just had the best time for no reason." You're like, "Oh my gosh, that's the best." Yeah.
Right, no doubt.
Isn't it funny how people they feel like they own us after the show?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They all want
Yeah.
man, you know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy was on, he was on there. You just like, wow.
You're like, I
I
have
swear,
Like, I
I
have-
swear, these white girls.
I have 6 more people to talk to.
I was with Craig Robinson, and he was hot. It was the movies and everything. The Hot Tub Time Machine just came out and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we were in
Eastbound
Kentucky,
and down. Yeah.
and these white girls were like, "You guys are coming with us!" And
Oh, boy.
oh my god! And we were like,
Did
"Okay."
Craig go? Did Craig go?
Yeah, we went with them, and they took us to. It was October, and they took us to this Oktoberfest bar, and they had the Oktoberfest. Well, I don't think the bar was Oktoberfest, but they had an Oktoberfest band.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone was like 70 years old plus, and I mean they were boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom. I mean, and Craig Robinson, I shit you not, got up and went and took the microphone and sung all of their doom womp womp songs.
But he can sing though, so it works.
His
like
mom,
he's great. Yeah.
his mom taught at Juilliard.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's why, because after he got done, I was like, how in the hell do you know all these fucking Oktoberfest
Yeah.
doom womp womp ass songs?
Right.
And he was like, my mom teaches, or well, she's retired now, but she used to teach at Juilliard. I said, no wonder. And the white guys are looking at him like, who's this nigger right here?
Right.
Who in the hell is he singing all of these?
Ty and I just
Some
clenched
of them
up a
didn't
little
know the
bit.
words. They didn't know the words. They just knew how to play the music.
Yes.
And he
Yeah.
came out, you were never over here, ever. I said, no, he don't know all the words. He impressed the shit out of me that night. Craig Robinson impressed the shit out of me that night. I swear to God he did. He sung about 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they were impressed. They wanted him to tour with them. I swear to God, they did. They wanted him to tour with them.
Yeah.
Like this guy here is phenomenal. Yeah, that was something else.
I had an experience like that at karaoke one time, and I didn't know it was a honky tonk bar. So my friends had invited me. I be talking. This is when I be on my chocolate chip shit, and by that I mean I be the only chocolate chip in the cookie. Hanging out with y'all
Right.
And they put my name in there, and I picked the one song. I only knew one country song, and it's by Leonard Skinner, "Simple Man."
Right.
So the song starts playing, and then, oh, honey, everybody stops. And then this one lady had got her beer, and she got the co-signing, and then this guy came up. He had missing some teeth, and he was dancing.
That's right.
It was around. And so when I got ready to leave, when I got ready to leave, the owner came over, and she said, "You can come back anytime. The bartender is half black, so you'll be fine."
Listen.
Wow.
We can form a
How
music
about that?
group.
And she was dead ass serious. I
Dead
was like,
serious.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, yes, ma'am.
Listen,
Okay.
when you're with us, we're the white macadamias, okay? You can join us.
No doubt about it.
But no, I think if you surprise people at like honky tonk bars or like, I mean, just on the flip side, like if I go into like a ghetto bar and like you start singing some stuff or you like buy a drink that they like, they're like, wait a minute, you're like,
Yeah.
I was telling producer Micha, I was like, people call me B-Rad because I'm a white dude wearing Iversons from like 03, and they're like, why the fuck do you know so much about?
Don't be hating.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, what's it, chapstick? Like I start doing all this stuff.
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
That's the honesty that makes you go, oh, this was a good experience. I was glad I went there.
Man, guys, I wish we could go on, but that does it for us. Yeah, that's our time. It went so fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
It went fast.
Can we talk off stage?
We appreciate you. Yeah, we can keep it going. Appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks, Steven.
Let's get
Thank you
a
very
shout
much,
out for
producer.
everybody and tell them how to find you on social media. Ty Moore.
You can follow me on Instagram at Ty's Not Funny. I post all my shows there. I host every Monday at Cafe Bourbon. Come by. We start at 8 o'clock.
All right. Frank Demint, tell
Okay.
everybody where they can find you.
I'm an old guy, so I'm on Facebook at just Frank Demint. I am on Instagram at Franklin Demint. And I host the Friday night mic over at the Crescent Lounge starting at 6:30.
All right. Sister Lou, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me every Wednesday at the Attic Comedy Club. I host an open mic there.
Yeah.
And I also perform there during the week, too.
All right. I'll be there soon. AC, where can the people find you?
Find me on Facebook at AC Bradford, Instagram at Cade_Bradford, CADE, and then I am the runner, host, promoter of Rehab Tavern. We do shows now first Friday every quarterly, so March, June, September, and December. First Friday of those months, we'll be doing shows there, man.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. I've been your host, Stephen G. This is the All Things Comedy Podcast right here coming at you live. We'll see you next week with 4 new comics. Have a good one. Peace.